Hello everyone, welcome on back to Moss Valley. Alright, so I got all of the slurry loaded up, well, all that I can load up. I do not have the pigs, because, well, like I tried a little bit ago, like the last time I sold the slurry, it didn't let me pick it up from here. I don't know. Is the pig slurry and the cow slurry different? Maybe next time I'll have to try to pick it up separate, maybe? Actually, what I'll do is I'll go and get this sold at the biogas plant. I'll come back and I'll see who will pick up then. I would think it would be named different, though, if it was actually some sort of difference. Assuming, at least, that'd be how it would be. That way I can rule out if there is an issue or not, but... yeah, we have the canola harvest today. I would like to have what we have, possibly 2 fields that would need to be lime spread. I will see on the one. We've only have we did 2 harvests out of there, so it might be fine. Or have we done 3? We've done a couple. Well, we'll get this sold, and we'll go on back. We'll test out the situation if we can even obviously pick up the pig slurry, and I'll look at these, which I can just do that now as it's selling. Nitrogen is terrible, which is kind of expected, and that is good. Yeah, we got what, 5,700 from that. Loam is okay, so we'd actually have 1 more harvest out of that until it's bad. This one up here, I know it needs it. I'm very much aware, so. More than likely what will happen is I'll end up doing this field, because, I mean, I'm already up here doing this one, which is going to be, yep, absolutely terrible. Alright, I'm just going to, we'll test it out. We'll see if it does work if I, pick it up when it's empty. Like I said, though, I would assume slurry is slurry. Alright, well, let's give this the old college effort. We'll see if it works. Nope, it still does not work when I do it, so yeah, it's just doesn't want to work from there. The trigger is somewhere around there. Maybe it's too high or too low. I don't know. But we can drop that because we do not need it anymore. And I'll get it returned. I'll get this probably dropped over here. Yeah, we'll probably use the trailer for the canola. And honestly, I think I should probably do the canola harvest first. Because if my memory serves me correct, this field will need lime. So if I do this harvest first, I can just spread lime in 3 fields instead of doing it 2 and then come back and do it in the other 2 later. Yeah, so. And plus I can move the harvester too. Alright, 8,000 liters in there. We don't have any in here, actually, so we will buy some. Probably 20,000 liters. We'll see if that is enough or not. Let's go. Yeah, we'll do this. I'm trying to think. So next month we'd be doing any sort of planting. If we're going to do planting, it's going to be next month because the month after is probably soybeans. Yeah. Yeah, it is. We could potentially, obviously... Okay, green is planting. So wheat would be an option. Grass, canola, barley. Kind of limited. I'm not going to lie. And I like to try to do different things. I mean, I could do barley instead of wheat. Not that different, though. I could, though. Maybe I'll just do barley in a couple of fields instead of the wheat. I do possibly want to do like oats or something a little bit different too. Oats. Where are you? That's March, which would be fine with the soybean time, and harvesting window would line up fairly well as well. So maybe I'm trying to think here. Maybe these two fields in barley. Maybe the top one in barley, and we'll do 2 in oats. I know barley's going to yield a lot for the amount, much like wheat does, so I don't know if I want to do a ton of it or not, and they're all can do flour, so... And we get this show on the road, though. We get this harvested. It should probably not be fantastic for that. Oh. Nitrogen? What? Why is the nitrogen bad? I expected the pH to be bad. Granted, it shows pH is good in this field, and it was terrible. It looks good, though. Maybe it'll just get better as we do the harvest, but yeah, that's a little bit like, what the... I know I planted it with fertilizer, so it's a little bit weird. Alright, well, I think what we'll do here is we'll get this field done with a nice little time lapse here. And then more than likely we'll start working on getting things limed and then obviously well primed for the future next year. When is the barley harvest actually? Oh, it's June, July. Would that interfere with anything? It would be fine for that, for oats, because it would be ready in the first month. It would be ready in July or June. Yeah, should work out fine. Well, I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
Is it too late? My heart is out there burning away in the sunlight. You look at me, and I know that everything's gonna change. How do we ever get to this? Breaking me, you're doing all the wrong things, and I'm starting to bleed. Was it hard to speak out and let me know? Reading those fine lines, sipping on red wine, telling me you're never gonna let me go. But all the pages turning, stars are out there burning. Throw me in the fire, think I never know. All those hidden meanings wash away when your colors shine through and show their face between your fine lines. Between your fine lines. Between your fine lines. Between your fine lines. What have you done? My world is spinning out of control in the moonlight.
Alright, so we are done with the canola harvest. The trailer is full actually, which kind of surprised if I'm being honest. I didn't think we'd get quite that much from this, but it sure, well, I mean we did, so yeah. I'll get this a little bit here that was missed. And we'll get that trailer dumped into the silo, then we'll have to get the rest of this and put it in there as well. Kind of, like I said, I'm honestly a little bit surprised that there was that much. You see the pH is pretty bad now, so yeah, it's definitely needs some help in that area. It's up to 81, but the nitrogen was still bad. I can get if the pH is low. I don't if the nitrogen. It should automatically apply when I'm planting. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me. Is it possible because some areas maybe were a tad high or something maybe? I don't know. I'm really just trying to think here what it could be. Oh wait, yeah. I am trying to dump it in the wrong spot. That's the spot for chickens. Oh. Oh. Yeah, because I already have like 10,000 liters of like wheat or something in there. Because I dumped it in the wrong silo. Because I thought that was the silo. Alright, so that is the rest of the canola from the harvester. Look at this emptied in there. We got what? Be 68,000. We might already have some in here too. Oh no, 70,000. So that'll be the whole thing. $150,000 worth. Wow. Wow. Alright, let's get the combine out of the way, because we definitely do want to start getting fields limed. We have 3 different fields I'd like to get that done with, so. That lowered. Right, and here, we'll drop the trailer. And let's grab the spreader. I might fill this up, and then I'm going to buy another 10,000 liters. Might be too much. Might be too much, but I also know we're going to use a lot between these 3 fields, I would think, at least. Well, I have been wrong before, so could be wrong again. Alright, let's get this turned around here. I'll definitely want steering assist. We'll start at the farthest fields and work our way towards, well, towards the farm and towards the stockpile line. Looks like, what, 0.7, 0.8 on this field. This one here should, in theory, be the worst of them. We'll see. Maybe it won't be too bad, but in theory it should be pretty bad. Right, let's get this rolling. Off we go. Not terrible. Well, still it's about that 0.8. It's about the same as that field, actually. Why aren't we getting the edge? Is this is not fully, yep. Off we go around and around the field. Try to obviously get the whole thing as much as we possibly can. That way we get obviously the best possible yield out of this field. We're not using a ton, which, I mean, I kind of noticed that before in the, soybean field when we did that one. It's kind of similar, where it's like, I'm not using nearly as much as I thought I would be. I can't complain, though, but I did buy a lot, so I figured I'd use more. Alright, well, I think I'll just go ahead and start another time lapse. We'll get this all limed up. Probably all the fields, honestly. Shouldn't take too long. So I'll tech everyone once the time lapse is done.
You cry to me, and the light that burns is fading away. How do we ever get to this? Breaking me, you're doing all the wrong things, and I'm starting to bleed. Was it hard to speak out and let me know? Reading those fine lines, sipping on red wine, telling me you're never gonna let me go. But all the pages turning, stars are at their burning. Throw me in the fire, think I never know. All those hidden meanings wash away when your colors
Alright, so we are just about done here with the lime spreading. Alright, there is it all done. 151 liters left. I don't know if you could time it out much better, honestly. So yeah, that is all three of those fields primed and ready to do planting. Some will be next month. Likely just one, if I'm being honest. It'll just be, whichever field I decide to do probably barley in. That's probably what's going to happen, because that is next month, I think. Yeah, it's next month. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really want to plant any of the other options. So, probably, probably got barley. I think that'll be what we'll do. And maybe one of the fields probably, and then we'll do oats in one, or we'll try to separate, obviously, and have different crops in multiple different fields and not just do the same thing all the time. Another option I wouldn't be against would be cotton. That would be like a February, March. October, November for planting. Does that affect... That is the exact same months as soybeans. But cotton would be able to be done kind of by a worker if needed or something like that too. There's nothing I really have to do with it. I don't have to babysit the worker on it, so. Well, anyways, that is about everything for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.